For decades, Farrah Fawcett shimmered in the American imagination like a beam of sunlight caught on camera. Effortless, golden, untouchable. To millions, she wasn't just a celebrity, she was a symbol of a world where beauty solved everything, where a smile could melt away every shadow. But behind that famous grin and the poster that papered dorm rooms across the country, another story unfolded, quieter, heavier, and far more human. A story shaped not by glamour, but by heartbreak, betrayal, and a struggle for control over her own life. She had not been born into fame. She did not arrive with an army of handlers or a destiny carved in headlines. Yet somehow, from the moment she entered the world on February 2, 1947 in Texas, there was a kind of glow around her, a brightness that people noticed but did not yet understand. Years later, as cameras flashed and the world memorized her face, that shine would become both her greatest gift and the chain she could never quite slip free from. And so the legend began, wrapped in beauty, shadowed by things the public would never see. Growing up in Corpus Christi, Farrah Fawcett didn't yet belong to Hollywood. She belonged to the soft Texas light, to school hallways where her name, unusual, musical, invented by her mother, drifted ahead of her like a rumor. She didn't chase attention, yet it followed her as naturally as breath. Teachers paused when she entered a room. Classmates stared a little too long, and when the yearly vote for Most Beautiful Student came around, the result was so predictable it became a quiet ritual. Farrah, 4 years in a row, a record untouched in her small school's history. But it wasn't only the golden hair or the features that looked sculpted from some gentle dream of America. She radiated something warmer, a modesty, a softness, a kindness that made people trust her without knowing why. Beneath all the admiration, she remained grounded, almost shy about the attention. At the University of Texas, she surprised everyone by choosing microbiology, delighting friends who joked that someone so dazzling shouldn't be peering into petri dishes. Yet she carried a deeper curiosity than people assumed. Science intrigued her mind until art captured her soul. Under a professor who recognized her sensitivity to shape and form, she shifted to sculpture, beginning to see every face as a landscape. She didn't know it then, but this quiet attentiveness would one day shape the camera's love for her. Sometimes a life changes not with a thunderclap, but with a single photograph. For Farrah, it happened on an ordinary day at the University of Texas when a campus photographer captured her face for an art exhibit. She didn't think much of it, just another portrait, another brief moment where her brightness slipped onto film. But those images traveled farther than she ever expected. They reached Hollywood, where talent scout David Mirisch paused longer than he had for hundreds of others. Later, he would recall that she didn't need a single spoken word to announce she was meant for something greater. He called, wrote, insisted she come to Los Angeles. She resisted. Texas was familiar, gentle, safe. Hollywood felt like a place with sharp edges and uncertain promises. But her parents, sensing her life was stretching towards something vast, urged her to take the chance. So in 1968, she packed one suitcase and boarded a plane, carrying more hope than confidence. She found a room at the Hollywood Studio Club, where young actresses before her had whispered dreams into the night. Farrah auditioned by day and phoned home by evening, telling her mother, almost in disbelief, "Everyone here is beautiful, but maybe I belong here too." And in that fragile beginning, the path toward an American icon quietly unfolded. Hollywood noticed her faster than she expected. Screen Gems signed her almost immediately, and suddenly she was appearing in commercials, toothpaste, mattresses, anything that needed the warmth of her smile. But the world she stepped into wasn't gentle. Fame came in currents, unpredictable and strong, and Farrah was learning to swim while everyone else assumed she already knew how. It was during this early rise that she met Lee Majors, the striking star who carried himself with the easy confidence of a man used to cameras. Their first meeting felt charmed, full of quick laughter and shy glances. Majors, already established, recognized something luminous in her, something he wanted to protect. Their romance moved quickly, and soon Farrah found herself woven into a life where weekend tennis matches and Hollywood dinners replaced quiet Texas evenings. But even with Major's guidance, missteps awaited her. On Myra Breckinridge, a film meant to be daring, she became caught between legends whose egos towered over the set.
Demands were made about her hair, lighter, darker, lighter again, until she felt like a canvas being repainted to satisfy others' anxieties. The movie collapsed under its own chaos, a box office disaster that left her shaken. Yet Farrah stayed hopeful, believing the real breakthrough was still out there, just a little further down the road she was still learning to navigate. Her turning point didn't arrive with fanfare. It came from a simple swimsuit photo shoot, 40 frames, no mirror, no team of stylists rushing around her. Farrah did her own hair by touch, trusting instinct more than technique. Among the handful of photos she kept from that day was the image that would travel farther than any roll, her in a red one-piece, smiling with an ease that felt like sunshine made human. That poster would become a hallmark of the 1970s, a symbol pinned up in millions of rooms across America. But destiny wasn't finished. A casual tennis match with actor Michael York led to a role in Logan's Run, where her feathered haircut sparked a cultural phenomenon. Soon after, producer Aaron Spelling saw her on the court too and recognized the final piece he needed for his new show. Charlie's Angels arrived like a meteor. Farrah, alongside Kate Jackson and Jaclyn Smith, wasn't just playing a detective, she was embodying a new vision of confidence, glamour, and independence. Her hair became an era-defining symbol, her smile a cultural shorthand for boldness and joy. Yet, even as America adored her, she felt the weight of imbalance behind the scenes. The long hours, the unequal pay, the sense that she was being sold more than she was being heard. And softly, quietly, a restlessness began to grow inside her. At the height of her fame, Farrah realized that the image the world adored was slowly consuming the woman beneath it. She wanted to act, truly act, not just pose, smile, and carry a franchise on her shoulders. So she pushed back. She demanded fair pay, control, and the chance to prove she was more than a poster on a wall. But Hollywood rarely rewards defiance.
Negotiations turned bitter. ABC tightened its grip, threatening studios that considered hiring her. She lost roles before they even reached her hands, including a promising film that slipped away the moment the network whispered its warning. The message was clear: freedom would cost her everything. Eventually, she returned just long enough to satisfy her contract's demands, then stepped into a film career she hoped would redefine her. Instead, she met disappointment. Somebody Killed Her Husband faltered, Sunburn collapsed publicly, and Saturn III brought humiliation on set, where she was pushed into vulnerabilities she never wanted to reveal. Critics circled, their words stinging more sharply than she let anyone see. And in the midst of the professional chaos, her marriage to Lee Majors unraveled, leaving behind a quiet ache that followed her into each new chapter. Farrah Fawcett left the world on June 25, 2009, after a battle waged with grace few ever witnessed. The woman America once treated as an icon of effortless beauty had revealed something far greater: the courage to keep rising even when the world stopped believing she could.